Another member of the criminal element found floating in the Thames. Police suspect gang war. Read all about it.
The paper robberies, kidnapping of detective kidnappers. Read all about it.
Police suspect evil genius at work. Finding jewels stolen from Tower of London.
Royal wedding, Prince of Bohemia. Read all about it. Read all about it. British stock skyrocket. You're on the verge of what? Read all about it.
Here, lads, there's our people over here.
Yes, sir. Right away, Governor.
Who stole the jewels from the Tower of London? Read all about this baffling mystery.
Ladies notified outbreak of crime and violence. Read all about it. Foreman, what are you doing at the window?
The paper, man.
You've been reading below the stairs when I'm through with this, not before.
Oh, but there's something here that may interest you.
Let me see that. Murder in Whitechapel. Gang war. Jewels stolen from the Tower of London.
The article about the royal wedding, second column.
Royal wedding for Prince of Bohemia. Undoubtedly you've heard my husband and I discussing such private matters in regards to the prince.
I know my place.
Do you? You better give up any idea of blackmail. I shall inform Scotland Yard that I have a wanted forger in my employ.
Please, Mrs. Larrabee, I told you that with the strictest of confidence.
It was because of your criminal past that I hired you. I needed someone who could keep his mouth shut.
Blackmail? Oh, nothing was further from my mind.
I trust so for your sake.
The parlour-maid wishes to give notice.
I pay her well.
Certain things have been distressing poor Teresa.
Very well. I'll speak to the girl.
Yes, ma'am.
His Royal Highness Prince Karl von Stark of Bohemia will wed Her Royal Highness Princess Alexandra Romanov of Russia.
Proceed. You'll be long in a moment.
Read this, second column.
So she's going to marry Romanov, is she?
That's good for us. The better the title, the higher the stakes.
Well, not unless we can get those letters.
We will. Never you worry.
Foreman said you wanted to see me, Mrs. Larrabee.
What is this about you wanting to give notice?
I don't like the way you treat your friend.
Oh, Teresa, you misunderstand. She's ill, not right in the head.
Well, for me, no, it's only because it's for our own good.
You mean she's demented?
Quite.
That does make quite the difference.
Run along now and let's hear no more talk of you wanting to give notice.
Yes, ma'am.
She's a silly thing. Might be wise to let her go.
Never. We have to keep up our appearances.
Sir Prince here.
Run the drawing room soon.
Myself, the door was locked, and I couldn't distinguish the paint. What's the game?
There. There's a Miss Alice Faulkner staying with us.
A guest, you might say.
We gained her friendship a few weeks ago. She was despondent. Seems her sister, poor thing, drowned herself.
Tis.
She loved a man who could never marry a commoner.
A title gentleman, eh?
A prince.
Like me.
Nothing like you.
The prince wrote many letters to the unfortunate girl. Letters that could cause a considerable amount of embarrassment if they fell into the wrong hands.
And he wants the letters back, eh?
We're dealing with an insurance company now. They're acting as a go-between for the prince.
And then letters isn't here, right?
When Alice first came here, she trusted us. When she began to have her doubts, she ordered the lock changed on the safe. We couldn't frighten her, starve her into opening the thing.
Said Prince has magic fingers, I have it open in a jiffy. I could do it blindfolded.
Never mind congratulating yourself, just do the job.
Voila!
Empty!
Empty? Bless me, not even a speck of dust.
She'll pay for this. Get her!
Well, I'll twist the truth out of her.
Now look here, Madge. I don't go for no rough stuff.
You think I've come this close to a fortune to let slip away?
Sounds to me like the girl's too clever for you.
She'll talk.
Beg pardon, Mrs. Larrabee.
Yes?
I encountered a lady in the garden. She's gone around the front.
What lady?
Her car.
I don't know the lady.
Who's the lady?
Sherlock Holmes.
I'm getting out of here.
Why? What's the matter?
Let's know who she is.
I suspect someone from the insurance company.
She's a private investigator. She's a devil at Holmes. I don't want to see her. She was behind bars 2 years ago.
Keep calm. There's nothing to worry about.
I'll hide.
Shall I admit the lady?
Yes, of course. Find out what she wants. I'll be upstairs.
Please come into the drawing room, ma'am.
Thank you.
Won't you sit down, ma'am?
Thank you.
Whom did you wish to see, ma'am?
Take my card to Miss Alice Faulkner, please.
Oh, Miss Faulkner doesn't see anyone. She's ill, in very poor health.
I prefer to hear that from Miss Faulkner.
As you wish.
Fresh fingerprints. Now more than a few moments cold. Particles of coal dust leading to the dial.
Good heavens, who are you?
No need for alarm. The name's Holmes. Sherlock Holmes.
Not the Sherlock Holmes, the famous young detective.
Actually, I'm a consulting detective. I assist the police with their more difficult cases. Who's been at the safe?
How should I know, Miss Holmes?
There's only one man in London who rooms in a hotel run by Coleman, who is also a master at safe cracking. Sid Prince.
Sid Prince? Never heard of him.
Nevertheless, I suspect he's somewhere about. Go fetch him for me.
Yes, ma'am.
Try the foot is probably watching the house.
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Holmes. You are Miss Alice Faulkner?
I'm in poor health, Miss Holmes.
You are Miss Alice Faulkner.
Please be brief. I'm in poor health, Miss Holmes.
Miss Faulkner, you have been dealing with the reputable insurance firm regarding certain letters.
That is my business, Miss Holmes.
Incorrect. It is my business. The insurance firm has engaged my services.
You wish me to set a price?
I wish to speak with Miss Alice Faulkner.
And so you are.
Do not test my patience, Madge Larrabee. I happen to know you and your husband are holding Miss Faulkner prisoner in this house. Unless you produce her at once, I shall inform the police. I happen to know the authorities in France are most anxious to learn of your whereabouts.
James! James, hurry! Bring her in here! You're a clever woman, Sherlock Holmes.
Clever? I'm not clever, Madge. I'm brilliant. And the sooner the criminal class realizes this, the sooner London will sleep in peace.
Let me go, you beast! Over there with her!
Who's she?
Sherlock Holmes, a detective. She works with the insurance company.
Don't reach for your pistol, Larrabee. Be a foolish gesture.
Bristol? I was reaching for my pipe.
You've been mistreating this poor girl. There are marks on her wrist.
Alice, I wouldn't tell her anything if I were you. All she wants is your precious letters.
Do you wish to propose a complaint against these people?
I'll handle this matter in my own way.
I inform you, Miss Faulkner, if you are to release the contents of your letters, there's no telling what damage you will cause.
Damage? What do I care for damage? I'm only interested in one thing. Money.
The insurance people will pay you a fair price.
I'm not interested in a fair price. You may tell your employers the letters will cost them thousands and thousands of pounds.
May I see the letters?
We'll have to find them first.
Quick, there's a fire down below. Smoke's coming out the kitchen window. Fire!
Where the devil's falling in?
Quick, before it spreads!
Why don't you help them?
Because, Miss Faulkner, I have the matter under control. You see, when a woman thinks her house is on fire, her first instinct is to rush to the thing in which she values the most. For a married woman, it is her baby, and for an unmarried woman, it is her jewelry. Or in this case, letters!
I'm undone!
My only wish is to help you, Miss Faulkner.
You're clever.
Brilliant.
Well, you have the letters. You've won.
True, I have the letters, but I have not one.
Only a grease fire.
Bowman started it.
I cannot take these letters from you, Miss Faulkner, unless you hand them over voluntarily.
Well, why not?
That'd be stealing.
You may not have the letters.
Well, in that case,
You're mad!
I'm not happy with Miss Faulkner's
wives, sweethearts, sisters, daughters, mothers, and mothers-in-law. Is this right? Is this fair? Is this noble?
No. Sometimes.
Quiet!
I thought you asked me opinion.
Oh, buy a flower, dearie. Only a penny. I say the time's come for the suffragettes to march upon the House of Lords, the Commons, the Admiralty, and all other bastions of male supremacy.
Here, good show. Bravo.
We'll chain ourselves to the gates of the government house. We'll demand that Queen Victoria declare a national holiday to commemorate the injustices done to women by unequal laws and unjust men. And if all else fails, refuse to serve tea.
Here, good show. Bravo.
What rubbish! You women will be locked up.
Boo.
What's the trouble here?
Is these infernal suffragettes making a nuisance of themselves in public street?
What's the police you're talking to now? Move along. Move along, I say, no trouble. There now, sir. Things as quiet as summer night.
I'll trust all officer. It isn't safe to walk in London anymore.
Don't worry, sir. I'm here to protect honest citizens.
Oh, my necklace, it's missing. You'll have to buy me another.
What? You all what? Ah!
It must have been the suffragettes. Quickly, down to the corner to get help. Stop, thief!
I understand our contact in Tottenham area has been holding out on us again.
His collections from your protected society have fallen off by 2%.
I suspect that 2% has ended up in our contact's pocket. I think we can dispense of his future services. Arrange for his body to be found in a mail sack somewhere in the north of Scotland.
Yes, Professor.
What about the informant who's working undercover with the Scotland Yard in the jewel heist?
Dealt with in the usual manner. There'll be no trace.
As usual.
Two of your dock workers were overheard saying you were a close friend of Professor Moriarty.
Professor Moriarty has no friend. And Professor Moriarty is the friend of no one. Haven't I told you?
Yes, sir.
See that his disappearance is noticed. Have it spoken of. Have the workers on the docks wonder what became of their mate. If they conjure on their imagination shall be far worse than the truth.
You're a master of psychology, Professor.
Anything else?
Do you have your men come up for trial on Thursday nights?
Ah, yes. Thanks to young Sherlock Holmes.
Should be the Crown Star's witness.
Holmes has interfered with my plans once too often. I do not wish her to testify.
And will she be dealt with in the usual manner?
You surprise me, my dear Joan. Sherlock Holmes is not a usual human being. Therefore, she cannot be dealt with in the usual manner. Commence. It's Miss Bassick, a letter.
Yes, Professor. The Professor will see you now, Mrs. Bassick.
Report.
A respectable hall from various suffragette meetings held throughout the city.
Clarify respectable. Not as good from your hall of the Tower of London.
Ah, Professor, a Tower of London job comes along once in a lifetime.
Perhaps next time I can arrange to steal the tower. Anyone out there?
Sid Prince.
Who?
Sid Prince, the safecracker. We used him to open the vault of the stock exchange.
I recall.
Any assignment for this evening, Professor?
I make it wordy. And maybe that I shall require your special talents.
Oh?
It will depend on how my conversation with a certain private investigator concludes. No trouble with the police.
My suffragettes are well trained, Professor. Whenever it looks as if the jig is up, we stage a minor riot. When it's over, the onlookers have been relieved of their wallets, wobbles, and beads.
If I had to use you for previous assignments, 3 of my best men would be standing at the docks with Sherlock Holmes breathing down their necks.
If women get the vote, it'll be the end of our masquerade.
I do not intend to see so valuable a game as your suffragettes lose their cover. To this end, I am working diligently to see that women do not receive the vote.
I understand.
Amid Sid, you'll get your cut in the usual manner.
Always a pleasure talking to you, Professor.
Remember me, Professor?
You left traces of coal dust on the vault at the stock exchange.
I did.
What do you want?
I came across something that might interest you.
Commence.
Seems this couple,
Names.
Madge and James Nerby.
They're wanted by the French police.
Allow me, Professor. Is there anything you don't know?
I don't know what you come across that might interest me.
They met a young woman who has letters that would put the Prince of Bohemia in a very awkward way.
Prince of Bohemia. Why the lies?
Ah, wait.
You brought them here to my underground secret office. You better be right, secrets. Otherwise, the Thames River will have you for an overnight guest. Joe, omit the lies.
Yes, Professor.
I wouldn't do nothing to harm you, Professor Moriarty. You know that. You can trust Sid Prince.
I trust no one. That is why I'll never be defeated. What is your business with the Prince of Bohemia?
Well, I'm not sure what to tell you, considering this is our game, not yours.
Is it?
I'm not even sure I want to be here right now.
Silence.
Oh yeah. I don't like being talked to like that.
Obviously, you do not know to whom you're speaking.
Don't anger the Professor.
I'm not afraid of him.
You better be, James Lobby, or you won't live another day. I have my methods.
Careful.
Sit down.
I was telling the Professor about the Prince of Bohemia.
Can you help us?
Who's the young woman in the case?
Alice Faulkner, stubborn. Her sister died to spare the prince.
But not before the prince had a chance to write many love letters.
We'd like to sell them to the insurance company.
Then all of a sudden, the insurance company called in Sherlock Holmes.
That name again! Where the letters now?
Alice has them on her person. She threatens to destroy them if we make a move.
You know the contents of each letter?
Of course.
Could you make forgeries?
We have in our employ a very talented forger.
Bowman, my name.
Has Holmes seen the letters?
Only the small package she gave to Alice. She has not yet seen the envelopes.
Tie the forgeries up, so they'll look exactly like the package Holmes held in her hand.
But why, Professor?
I have my methods. I shall want that counterfeit package at 11 tonight.
It'll be ready.
I shall also require assistance from you both.
We've yet to talk about business arrangements.
You'll have your opportunity tonight to sell that counterfeit package to Holmes for a good round sum. You will take 100% and I, nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Well, nothing except the real packet of letters.
Careful, Jimmy boy. Won't anger the Professor, I tell you.
You believe Mr. Larrabee were acquainted with one Alf Waxman, a well-known blackmailer?
Well, I know old Al, sure.
We all do.
Seen him around lately?
Well, come to think of it now.
And you won't be seeing him. He displeased me.
You won't cross you, Professor.
I trust not. I shall hate to see you in widow's weeds.
You won't have any trouble from us, Professor. We'll get what we can from Holmes.
What about the real letters?
The disposition of the real letters will be no concern of yours.
Yes, sir.
Whatever you say, sir.
The interview is over. Joe, I bid you good morning.
I was wondering, Professor Moriarty, if you might have a small assignment for good old Sid Prince.
The interview is over.
Yes, sir. Whatever you say, sir. Lovely weather we're having.
The Prince of Bohemia. Splendid. Excellent. Capital. Professor Moriarty here. Bring my cab round front. I journey to Baker Street.
To Sherlock Holmes?
That is a residence, I believe.
and you'll go there yourself.
I will go there myself. I will offer her peace or death. Either way, Professor Moriarty wins.
You're a master of psychology, Professor. A master of psychology.
Come get your matches. Come get your matches.
London fog, invigorating. Good for the circulation.
You speaking to me, ma'am?
Oh, no, my good woman, I was just commenting on the healthful benefits of London fog. It's underrated. For some maladies, it can be most beneficial.
Bless me, ma'am. You sound like an educated woman.
I'm a doctor, Watson by name.
Not the Dr. Watson. The one that writes about Miss Holmes?
The same.
Oh, I'm a huge fan of those Dr. Watson.
You don't say.
Of course, I can't read myself, but I have a friend who can pronounce all the words.
Good to hear it.
You and your Miss Holmes do have weird adventures. I never get over the case of the speckled band.
Like that one, did you?
Quite creepy it was. Scared more than the case of the Sussex vampire.
Always happy to meet a loyal reader.
No charge to you, Dr. Watson. It's been a pleasure.
Oh, well, it's kind of you. Most thoughtful. Thank you so much.
Matches. Get your matches. Matches. Oh, matches, ma'am. I've got all kinds.
Bless me, Baker Street's becoming a gypsy bazaar.
Got some from India and some from Sweden. Hence I can never have enough matches.
What rubbish. Make them sound like the staff of life. Here you are. This should keep you quiet.
Thank you, Governor. Matches.
Foolish child.
Get your matches. Look sharp. Kept my own house all day. Everyone going in, everyone coming out.
Professor's counting on us. Cover all the alleys into Baker Street. You may require our assistance.
I can decoy the policeman on the corner.
Good. Don't attract any undue attention. Be ready when and if needed.
Get your matches. Matches. Get your matches.
Do put it down, Holmes. I can hear the strings screeching halfway up the block.
You should develop an ear for music.
I have an ear for music. It's your violin playing that makes me wish I were deaf.
Surely my violin playing doesn't put you in this agitated state.
It's the neighborhood.
Baker Street's a perfectly respectable neighborhood. Almost too respectable for my taste.
Too respectable?
I know, my dear Watson, you share my love for all this bizarre and outside the daily conventions and humdrum routine of everyday life. Baker Street hardly qualifies. It's comfortable, but routine.
You wouldn't think so if you had to run the gauntlet I just did. Match sellers, ribbon hawkers, suffragettes, push carts. It's busier than the fish market at dawn.
Baker Street is not the best place for commerce. Therefore, I suspect that the ribbon hawkers, the match sellers, and the pushcart peddlers are not as they seem.
Talking riddles again.
I see you visited Lolly's bookstore within the hour and were unable to secure your weekly copy of London Review.
How the devil did you deduce that?
These traces of red clay on your shoe. You see, the workmen are excavating in front of Lolly's, and this particular shade of clay can only be found in that one locale. Also, it hasn't had time to dry.
Maisie.
Since London Review is the only reason you go to Lolly's bookstore, and it is a large hardbound periodical that could not fit into your medical bag, I can only surmise they were sold out.
You astounding, Miss Holmes.
Elementary, my dear Watson.
Met a fan. Flower woman down the street. Pleasant sort. Fan of your exploits and my literary talent.
Miss Holmes, ma'am.
Did you come in, Miss Hudson?
There's a gentleman to see you.
Ah, that'd be Inspector Lestrade of Scotland Yard. He's not alone.
How did you know that?
It's of no importance. Please show the gentleman and lady in.
Right away, ma'am. I do hate to mention it, but the neighbors have been complaining about your target practice again.
Indeed.
I do wish you wouldn't use my rooms for that sort of thing. It ruins the wallpapers.
Quite right, Miss Hudson. Quite right. Lestrade and some woman?
Lestrade is merely acting as police escort. The gentleman in question is none other than the Prince of Bohemia, and the woman is Lady Edwina Hunter, a distant relative.
How can you be sure it's them?
I looked outside my bedroom window while they were getting out of their carriage. Pray come in! Lady Edwina, delightful to see you again. My colleague, Dr. Josephine Watson.
Dr. Watson, delighted.
This softly. The walls may have ears. Pray, be seated.
We've come directly from the insurance company. They tell us you've taken complete charge.
Correct.
What progress have you made, Miss Holmes?
Minimal.
Considering your reputation, that's hardly encouraging.
They'll pay any sum.
My professional charges are upon a fixed scale. I do not vary them unless I remit them altogether.
We're desperate, Miss Holmes.
Your Highness, did you love the sister of Alice Faulkner?
That's all in the past. The future's all that matters.
I see no reason not to answer. I loved her deeply, Miss Holmes. I would have married her.
Nonsense. You're too young to know your own mind. Infatuation, nothing more.
Did she know of your true affection?
Yes.
You say that you would have married her, that she knew of your true affection. Hardly the motive for self-destruction.
I've never been able to understand why she did it.
Curious. She had everything to live for.
What matters now are the letters. In the wrong hands, they could be lethal.
I don't think we were followed.
No matter. It seems to me our time has been wasted. Miss Holmes reports minimal progress. I assure you, Lady Edwina, Miss Holmes knows what she's about. You'll forgive me if I do not share your enthusiasm, Dr. Watson, but the stakes are too high for anything but positive results. I think we ought to return to the insurance firm and register a complaint. I trust we may expect more than minimal progress in the future, Miss Holmes.
Please excuse my aunt, Miss Holmes. She has been under terrible strain. I can't bring myself to reprimand her.
I understand.
I'll be down shortly, Your Highness. I wish to have a word with Miss Holmes. That Lady Edwina is a cold one.
Her motives are clear. She only wishes to protect the family honor.
Being the Prince's bodyguard isn't my idea of ideal police work.
I'd consider it an honor.
I have him to worry about, and the Tower of London Heights, which I do pray hope you can help me with.
An audacious crime. Robbery at the Tower of London.
That would make for an excellent title. Sherlock Holmes and the robbery at the Tower of London.
It may be a sorry for your pen, Dr. Watson, but it is my job.
No worries, Lestrade. Once this affair with the British Bohemia has concluded, the Tower of London will have my full attention.
I'm obliged, Miss Holmes. Count on Lestrade.
Count on Lestrade. Man's a dolt. Bet he couldn't find himself in the lost and found department.
The Prince of Bohemia is rather a unique client.
You consider the prince a mere client? Have you no compassion?
A client to me is a mere factor, a unit in a problem. I find the emotional qualities are antagonistic to clear reasoning.
Sound like a calculating machine.
The plot thickens.
What? Smells of kidney pie, some of Mrs. Hudson's good English cooking.
Hardly. It's essence of jasmine.
Perfume?
Do come in, Miss Faulkner!
Oh, bless me.
No need to hide in the dark. I'm sure Lestrade didn't see you.
How did you know it was me?
There are 75 perfumes in which it is necessary for a criminal expert to distinguish one another from one another. At the Larrabees, you rated the scent of jasmine.
Remarkable deduction.
Elementary.
Miss Holmes, where are your manners? Do sit down, my dear. I'm Dr. Watson.
Thank you. I've come to speak with you, privately.
Well, if you want to be alone.
Hold on, Watson. I'd like your opinion regarding this matter. Anything you can say to me, you can say in front of Watson.
As you wish. I've come to correct a false impression.
Indeed.
At the Larrabees, I told you my prime motive was a desire for money. I do not want money.
You seek justice for your sister.
Justice? There is no justice. I seek punishment, revenge.
Revenge is not only sweet, it can sometimes be therapeutic.
I seek nothing for myself.
Why didn't you confront the prince outside of the house?
That wouldn't prove anything. I want the world to know of his disgrace, his cruelty.
Cruelty? The prince impressed me as a rather pleasant young man.
Watson, please.
Sorry.
Is this all you wanted to tell me?
Why didn't you see the letters when you had the chance?
Because I'm a detective second and a lady first, Miss Faulkner.
I see. I'll take no more of your time.
I could have Mrs. Hudson serve tea. She's famous for her cucumber sandwiches.
No, thank you. I've already imposed.
Are you still at Mary's?
I've made arrangements to move to a hotel. Modest but fashionable.
Wise.
Good day, Sherlock Holmes.
Miss Faulkner?
Lovely creature.
My methods seldom fail. She's taken bait.
Bait?
She won't give those letters to me unless I have a complete trust, and I am winning that trust.
She seemed charming. Disturbed, but charming.
I assure you the most winning woman I ever knew was hanged for poisoning 3 little children for their insurance money.
You don't like Miss Faulkner?
Anything emotional as opposed to that cold, true feeling which I place above all other things.
Miss Holmes?
E.T. Watts is Larrabee's maid.
Oh, Miss Holmes, I'm so happy to see you.
What are you doing sneaking through the bedroom window? Most irregular.
Foreman said no one must see me come through the front door.
Foreman?
Undercover agent Bonnie. At Larrabee's?
Oh, and what if the police saw me? They think I was a criminal.
No. Sit down. Compose yourself. Give me the message.
Foreman says they've got them making a bundle of forgeries.
They? You mean Larrabee's?
Yes, they're making copies of Miss Faulkner's letters.
I hope you understand from Foreman the seriousness of this situation.
I do. He has enlisted my aid. I am your ally, Miss Holmes.
Good show.
Poor Miss Faulkner. They told me she was demented. I'm quitting at once.
No, you mustn't do that.
No?
Tell Miss Faulkner I propose to buy the false letters. Tell her you overheard the Larrabee's informant talking.
If you say so.
But do not tell her the letters are forgeries.
But why?
I have my reasons. If you're to work with me in the future, I shall demand complete fidelity to my orders.
What she means, my dear, is that she doesn't want you to ask any questions.
You do wish to help Miss Faulkner?
Oh, yes.
Foreman was right. You mustn't be seen. I suspect the house is being watched.
I find your detective work very exciting, Miss Holmes.
That's what I was afraid of. Off you go.
Yes,
be careful on your way out.
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Holmes, this apartment has more traffic than Victoria Station.
The game's afoot.
I wish you'd talk so I can understand you. Match girl?
No, my sister. She's terribly ill and I must go to her at once.
Can I be of any help?
No, it's her nerves, but more than anything. I'll brew her some rosehip tea.
Ah, me and want some sharp bandage, Miss Hudson.
Yes, ma'am. There's cold liver on ice in case you're hungry.
Cold liver? Could have sworn it was kidney pie.
I'm expecting a visitor any minute now. He won't enter this building unless he's certain I'm quite alone. Follow Miss Hudson, pretend to escort her to the tram, then double back on the street. Do not enter this building unless you hear a gunshot ring out or I scream.
Miss Holmes?
No time for questions. Now go. Go!
What's all the mystery? Never tell me a thing. People pumping it out.
Do come in, Professor. I find the violin relaxes me. Hand me my violin for half an hour, I can forget miserable weather and the still miserable ways of our fellow men.
I find the same solace in higher mathematics. You'll save it for a client.
Oh, do make yourself comfortable.
You're not surprised to see me.
Hardly. Your suffragettes have been gathering in the byways of Baker Street for the past hour.
You know about them. I see. But I would expect no less from the great Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, Professor, you flatter me.
I've never underestimated you, Holmes. You and I are both connoisseurs. We have been fencing for years. Our pond grows smaller and smaller. We grow together like a couple of greedy old pike. Either I finish you or you finish me, or we both choke on each other. Either way, one of us must go.
I take it you have a proposal.
Join with me, Holmes. In our alliance.
An unholy alliance.
I may yet tempt you.
Jewels from the Tower of London. Loot from robberies. Stock manipulations. You disappoint me, Professor.
You and I know what's most desired. Power. Soon I will have the power to create the greatest crime of all time. World war. Nations will grovel at my feet. Millions will be made. Millions in which to buy more power. Kings, presidents, emperors, or spectacle homes, the world in flames.
I will never let this happen.
If you do not agree to join with me, we give you assurance that you'll never again hinder my plans.
And if I give no such assurance?
Destruction.
If I were assured your destruction, then I, in the interest of the public, would cheerfully accept my own.
I shall miss you, Holmes.
I'm afraid I should deprive you of that pleasure. You see, Lestrade's men are already out in the street, rounding up as much shocking as they can.
You'll come here next?
No. I don't know how you plan to put this grand illusion of yours into effect, but you must be given room to roam free, so I can pound you and find out your plot.
You have seen fit not only to reject my proposal, but to do it with irritating smugness. You have made insulting reference. I cannot allow this to pass. You win the first round, young Sherlock Holmes, but the second will fall to me. I have my methods. You have been warned.
The game's afoot, Royalty. I shall not sleep until I have you behind bars, and your plot's hindered. It is you who has been warned.
Found in the Plumstead Marshes, Scotland Yard baffled.
House of Commons denies petition conferred to women. Suffragettes riot outside British Museum.
Read all about it. Scores vibrate under the stands outside British Museum.
London still gripped by outbreak of crime and violence.
Royal Race of Prince of Bohemia, Russian royalty, Roseanne.
Unexplained build-up of armaments along the Austrian border. Evening news.
British stuff skyrocket. Hear about the village of war. Read all about it.
Queen Victoria switches had rounds of tea. Read all about it.
Why did she get here? Never you mind about Miss Mathick. She knows what she's about. Not the Bollies didn't get outside the British Museum. What would have turned that was? All them fancy ladies and gents watching our little suffragette riot. Never once realised they was getting their pockets picked and their pretty jobs lifted. Mrs. Bassett says we may make up half the insurance in London. Half? All? Here she comes. Both here? Good. You look all done in.
Professor, he's in a strange way.
How so?
Very preoccupied, my dear.
Very preoccupied. What's the game tonight then?
Can't say for sure, but if we're using this warehouse again, so close to the Plumstead Marshes, my guess is we play the game of murder.
If the professor does stop dropping people in water, he's going to clog all the sewers. Careful, someone's coming.
Professor Moriarty, you in here?
No one in here but a suffragette mouse, Mr. Prince.
Scared me half to death, you did the classic. My heart's racing.
Sit down.
Gladly.
Weren't seen, were you?
Nah. Mind if I light my pipe?
No!
Now, what?
You might throw the match on the floor.
What's of it?
Well, the gas lines, they're old. They leak.
Now that you mention, I can smell the gas.
Dangerous stuff.
Deadly. You might say we're in a gas chamber. So, no matches.
Amen to that.
Well, who's that?
Should be gas house Gertie.
It's her. Can't mistake that one. Greetings, one and all.
Did you bring it?
Of course I did. One of me finest, too.
Let's see it.
What's that looking thing? It's a bonfire. Ain't it lovely?
It's the sort of thing I want to find in my Christmas stocking.
What's the professor going to do with that? Who's it for?
All in good time.
Was you there all the time, Professor?
It shall be brief.
It's me finest piece of work, Professor.
It had better be Casper. Or this trapdoor beneath my shoe drops to the slimy marsh. trust. That is no word to use in my life. Tell me.
5 minutes late, we want to set.
That goes off in here like a tidal for the marsh.
Precisely.
Who's it to be, Professor?
Young Sherlock Holmes.
She's a big fish, that one.
They will be more supper Holmes with a bladder.
Well, who's that?
According to my schedule, it'd be Mr. James Love.
Had a devil of a time finding the place.
Leave us. Stand ready for when you need it.
This way.
You said the lens Holmes is ordered.
I did. Told her to meet me here at midnight. Where she come?
Holmes must produce those letters to our client to suffer irreparable damage to her reputation. Holmes has one fault that will trip her.
What's that?
Vanity. Once you have your money, give 3 short whistles.
Well, I can manage 1 by 3. Without tax talent.
Use this.
Thank you, Professor.
Not now, Peter.
Very well, then.
When you're finished with Holmes, Miss Bassett will know what to do. Sit!
Here I am, Professor. At your service.
Stand guard by the alley. When young Holmes nears, signal with a bird call.
Bird
call. Who?
I'm your man, Professor.
Good luck, Bradley.
But, Professor, what if Holmes tries something? What if she brings the police? Creepy old warehouse. Turns my blood ice water. Sorry I ever got mixed up in this anyway. Don't like that, Professor Moriarty. Too spooky for my taste. Holmes.
Oh, where is this place? It smells like gas leak.
Always were a delicate little thing, Alice. Well, as it so happens, this here's my place of business. What are you doing here?
I followed you in a cab.
And what are you going to do? Inform the police?
I know what you're up to, if that's what concerns you. You're going to sell counterfeit letters to Sherlock Holmes. Try to.
And you're going to warn her, eh?
I will not let her be swindled and deceived.
And how do you plan on stopping me?
I could buy you off.
And why should you be protective of Sherlock Holmes?
That is my own affair.
You place yourself in danger coming here. How much would you give?
The real letters.
So you have them with you?
No, but I can go get them.
You think she's your friend, don't you? Well, she's not. Otherwise, she wouldn't be coming here to buy these here letters.
Fake letters.
Well, she doesn't know that.
Before Miss Holmes would purchase any letters, she'd ask my permission.
She won't get the chance.
What's that for? What villainy is this?
Tie her up and gag her.
What? No!
Don't struggle, dearie, to make me irritated.
Wait, I'll tell you where the real letters are.
Don't trust her.
Just promise not to go on with this.
It's too late. Holmes will be here any moment now.
Have you no shame?
Sorry, can't afford it. Finish.
Neat and tidy.
Nice old plan all falling to pieces. Has to be Holmes.
I'll never understand why the criminal element so fancies to become St. Marshes.
These Indian notes are a little bit too public for my taste.
What about to reside in these marshes? Perhaps that's the connection.
Never shy with an insult, are you, Holmes?
No one rogues are concerned.
You got my message, I see?
Obviously.
I chose this place because it's neutral territory.
Rubbish. It's one of Moriarty's caves. I've been here on other occasions, dealing with riffraff.
Moriarty? Never heard of him.
As a liar, you rank amateur, Mr. Larrabee.
Well, I tell you, I've never heard of that
I came here
Moriarty.
to discuss letters.
You're right in front of you. I should ask 5 of them.
1.
Well, I won't take less than 5, I tell you.
I've brought the sum of money with me.
Will you give me 2?
1.
Oh, well, why quibble? £1,000 it is.
My letters?
Paid full and delivered.
No, I've got you, Larrabee. You'll get 10 years for robbery.
Robbery?
These letters.
Well, you haven't got a witness.
Miss Faulkner herself. I saw her enter this cave, intermingled with the odor of escaping gas is the unmistakable scent of jasmine. Where have you hidden her?
Pay no mind. It's them water rats.
When you're behind bars, we're going to have lost one more incompetent crook.
Is that so?
A whistle? Bit theatrical, isn't it?
Who's got the upper hand now?
I warn you, I learned uncommon fine techniques in the Orient. My hands and feet are deadly!
All talk. We've got her pinned down.
Don't take any chances. Bring out the girl.
Give us any trouble, Miss Holmes, and the girl goes first.
They can't be trusted, Miss Holmes.
They can't be trusted, Miss Holmes.
I recognize the lot. Miss Bassett and a gang of counterfeit suffragettes, Sid Prince, and the destructive gas house Gertie.
Well, what are you waiting for? Tie her up!
It's not difficult to imagine to the bottom of this!
She knows about the professor.
No matter. Anyhow, the professor's a gent. He left me with a message for you.
Indeed.
He gave you his finest compliments and wished you a pleasant journey.
Journey? What's she talking about, Miss Holmes?
A pleasant journey to the other side.
Yeah, we went for a little bon voyage, yes? Ain't it pretty? It's the bomb! I'd hope so, dear. That's what it's supposed to be.
Come on, let's get out of here.
Glad to see the last of you, Miss Sherlock Holmes.
4 minutes.
I'll set the timer.
Them ropes tight.
They'll be getting out of those knots.
We're doomed.
You all can stay and chit-chat if you want. I'm traveling.
I'm with Sid.
A grand old detective. Sherlock Holmes. Blown to bits in the Plumstead marshes. Ho, ho, ho.
Who is this professor?
Inspired. I suspect, Miss Faulkner, he wishes for the marriage to take place. That's why he's taken such an interest in the letters.
I don't understand.
If the marriage takes place, Moriarty can then produce the letters showing that Prince Carl married under a cloud, that he employed deception.
Go on.
This affront to the honor of the Russian royal family will demand satisfaction.
Satisfaction?
War.
War in 3 minutes.
This would then put Moriarty in a place of unbelievable power to see control the munitions cartel. That's the scheme. Count on it.
Incredible.
Oh, Miss Faulkner, your sister didn't die as you think, but at the hands of a hired assassin.
Can I believe that?
I didn't know
2
Moriarty.
half minutes. Although we will soon be going out together, I feel I hardly know you. You're here duped because of me. I cannot help but feel responsible.
These things happen.
Then this is goodbye?
Nonsense. I should rid myself of these bonds and escape.
How?
In Tibet, I studied the meditation process of the holy monks. They have the incredible ability to shrink their hands through intense meditation.
Meditation? You haven't the time.
Oh.
Hurry. Oh, please hurry, Miss Holmes.
Oh.
90 seconds.
Oh.
Hurry. Too late.
Never!
Oh, thank heavens.
It's all the inhalation. Power breathing is a great boon to mankind. It's such a pity so few men and women know how to use it.
Do you think you could hurry along, Miss Holmes?
Meditation never fails.
I shall try sometime, but not right now.
You'll bring your will, Miss Faulkner.
Right now, so frightened, young woman. You must escape.
After you, Miss Faulkner.
There are only seconds left.
41 to be precise. Exposure in Plumstead Marshes, warehouse blown to bits.
Police arrest fake suffragettes. Notorious Miss Baskin gang of female robbers behind bars.
Fake suffragettes admit part in the heist of Tower of London.
Russia and Austria signed long-term peace pact.
Russian royalty grows near.
Mysterious explosion at Plumstead Marshes.
Extradition.
I've written out a prescription. She helped with her headaches for some, didn't quite catch the name.
Miss Gibbs, Doctor. Miss Lillian Gibbs. Thank you for your time, although I'm sad to discover that Miss Holmes isn't home.
I get a lot of patients who come here hoping to see her.
Just a glimpse is all I wanted. I wouldn't dream of intruding on her privacy. Sure she's not here.
My good woman, I've already told you that Miss Holmes is not here. I'm not in the habit of lying.
I didn't mean to appear rude. It's Baskerville, Dr. Watson.
Baskerville.
This way. I won't take any more of your time.
Silly creature, that Miss Gibbs. Not a thing the matter with her.
Do sit down, Miss.
I'm desperate for help. You must tell me when Sherlock Holmes will return.
I have no idea. Can I be of any help?
My uncle was recently killed by a gigantic ghost town.
What? A ghost town, did you say?
On the moors outside the manor house. The village estate profoundly cursed. The hound of the Baskervilles.
Good gracious, it's in my proper English.
My brother is next in line for the inheritance. I must speak with Sherlock Holmes.
There. Come now, child. A nice cup of hot tea by the fire to do you wonders. Come now.
My brother will be the next to die. I know it. I'm so afraid.
Excellent idea, Mrs. Hudson. Perhaps when you've had your tea, Miss Holmes will return. Poor child. Gigantic ghost town? What next?
Are we alone?
Holmes, what the devil? What are you doing coming in that way?
I wanted to make sure Moriarty saw me.
Why didn't you go through the front way?
There must be a mystery regarding my return to Baker Street. You see, he means to kill me.
You mean in here?
He misses chance in Plumstead Marshes.
Were you mixed up in that?
In a fashion. Any unusual visitors this morning?
Some poor girl complaining about a dog.
Dog?
Some lady who looks suspiciously like the description you gave me of Madge Larrabee.
Undoubtedly here to see if I was in hiding. Then I'll draw tighter. Miss Hudson!
What about the letter business?
I've informed the Prince Bohemian to meet me here within the hour.
With Moriarty on the prowl.
At the time.
Miss Holmes!
That's what you may expect to hear when I do not wish to be heard.
Huh?
Miss Hudson, please do go fetch the cab around the corner for me.
Cab's still waiting on the corner. There's not enough business for them.
I believe you were there this morning. Tell me you have a tenant who wishes to go to the following address. 106 Holly Lane.
Who's going out?
I am.
But you just came in.
Do hurry, Miss Hudson.
Right away now. 106 Harley Lane, like that's the address of the insurance firm that hired you.
Incorrect? Correct?
You're going there with everyone coming here?
Correct again. Hello, what's this?
Oh, it's just some medical supplies I had delivered.
Might do? It's heavy!
Might do for what?
Ask you shut to give me a hand.
You're going to leave it there?
Curious.
What?
That he's here so soon.
Who?
No, those are not footsteps. As this of Jasmine.
Pray forgive me for coming here against your instructions.
You're a woman of strong will, Miss Faulkner.
You wouldn't allow me to thank you last evening.
I expect no thanks. But I thought I told you I had an important business meeting here within this hour.
What is it?
Quick! Miss Faulkner, pay attention. Give me back to the minutes at all times. Watson, I rely on you.
Hurry, my dear, hurry.
There you are, my good man. I wish to go to the following address. 106 Harley Lane. You'll have trouble with that. It's heavy.
I can manage.
So, my dear, about these dizzy spells.
They give me no relief. When was it that you first noticed this condition?
About a fortnight ago.
Do you need a hand with that?
Might help.
Perhaps I should unload some of the contents. Don't want anything breaking a transit, you know. Let's see.
What's this? I know my job. Mind what you're doing. Stop!
Too late, I got you.
What's happening?
Miss Holmes, why have you put handcuffs on the cabman? Cabman? No, Miss Faulkner. This is not a cabman. This is the author of all evil that has transpired. Professor Moriarty.
I'm a school. Steady. I'm here, my dear.
Now's the time, Lestrade!
Come in, Miss Holmes.
So sorry to get the chance to finish me off.
That makes two of us.
I doubt if I would ever have reached Victoria Station.
So do I.
We're like clockwork, eh, Holmes?
Oh, Professor, permit me to introduce the Miss Butler, and let's go to ages of mine.
London shall sleep peacefully tonight thanks to you, Miss Holmes.
May she always do so. Were you able to apprehend Madge Therapy?
Yes, and her husband too.
Splendid. Not only shall I have the pleasure of swearing against your goons in court, but against you as well. Take him away.
I curse you.
I, Professor, return the compliment.
What will they do to him?
The gallows, I trust. You got my message. Excellent.
Who are those men?
Two were reasonably respectable citizens. The other was a minor criminal.
Minor? It was Professor Moriarty himself.
We have more serious matters to discuss. Serious than Moriarty.
Oh, yes, of course they did. Please, be seated.
I prefer to stand.
Shall we get on with it?
At once.
Do you or do you not have the letters?
I do. At the sum of £1,000.
What are you up to, Miss Holmes?
Carl, what's wrong?
These are not the letters.
What?
They're forgeries. Lovely guy, but forgeries nonetheless.
Are you certain?
Miss Holmes, in spite of your supposed cleverness, they have tricked you.
I wrote Moriarty's one.
You have disappointed Queen Victoria.
The insurance people told me I could count on you.
Surely it doesn't mean you may not recover the real letters.
This will be a slap in the face of your reputation.
The prince put such trust in you. Do you have any idea what this would do to international affairs? You are not ruined!
But,
Your Highness, I informed you by message that within the hour I would have the letters to you.
Well, well. Carl, are they genuine?
Yes, quite genuine. Your reputation is secure, Miss Holmes.
But what of the other letters? The forgeries?
Holmes's methods can be a little unorthodox.
If you say so, Dr. Watson, but I truly don't understand.
what matters is that we have the real letters.
I'm sure you appreciate the strain Miss Holmes has been put under.
Naturally. We shall inform the insurance firm of our complete satisfaction.
Thank you.
Miss Holmes, you have been invaluable.
I'll show you out. You knew the letters you purchased from Laramie were counterfeit.
Correct.
When you told me of this important business meeting, you knew I would come here.
Hoped you would.
You knew I could never allow you to be disgraced.
I'm an excellent trickster, Miss Faulkner.
Your powers of observation are remarkable. Miss Holmes, do forgive me.
You are?
Maggie Baskerville. My brother is Sir Henry Baskerville.
Niece and nephew of the murdered Sir Charles Baskerville.
Yes.
I know the case.
Only this morning, my brother received a letter warning that he will die at the things in which I get to go sound. And not more letters.
Downstairs, Miss Baskerville. We haven't a moment to waste.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Goodbye, Alice. It was a pleasure. Remember me, won't you?